كلام قصير كلام كنت انا غلطانه اني بفكر فيكي.
ماشي.
انا
نعم.
شايفه تناموا.
المس
Danielle?
ايه مستر.
Yes.
Can you hear me, guys? I'm so sorry.
أعرف دلوقتي.
Internet is not stable. Okay. Start. Can you see the screen now? Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Stable and filter. So, the last session was attended by Hania only. Remember, the day before the break, when the second session was attended by Hania, we did up to page 154. So I have 16 guys with me now. Abdurrahman, if you hear your name, please put your hand up to make sure you can hear me. Ahmed Dahroub, Nada, thank you. Okay, Hania, Jana, Luji, Maya, Minna, Mirna, Basant, Peter, Samar, Shahd Ibrahim. Okay, thank you very much. Shahid Damim, and I think that's all. Okay, and Abdurrahman Rashwan. Right. If you have the book, you can open page 154. If you don't have it, you can follow up with me. You know, lesson 13 is about gerunds. Today's part is determining the expressed and unexpressed. Okay, put your hands down, please. Thank you very much. Determining the expressed and unexpressed subjects of gerunds. We all know that a gerund is originally a verb with ing. We saw in the previous section that gerunds are derived directly from verbs. A gerund is mainly a verb, and the verb has a subject. Gerunds can carry over many aspects of their underlying source verbs. A gerund can act the same way its original verb acts. For example, we saw that gerund phrases preserve the complements and adverbs from their base form verb sources. Like the example we gave before, my favorite hobby is watching sports on TV. Here, on TV is an adverb, right? And watching is the verb, the gerund and the verb at the same time. So a gerund can have an adverb like any verb, and it has a subject. But sometimes the subjects are expressed. Some other times they are not expressed or unexpressed. The verbs, I just want to make sure the session is being recorded. Okay. The verbs underlying gerunds, or the verbs from which gerunds are taken, also have subjects, just as other verbs do. A verb, when it acts as a gerund, also have a subject, okay? All of the gerunds that we have examined so far in this lesson have not retained their underlying subjects. The subjects weren't there. This is why we call these subjects unexpressed subjects. We will now refer to these kinds of gerunds as gerunds with unexpressed subjects, as I said. Gerunds that have retained their underlying subjects written in the sentence will be called gerunds with expressed subjects. Here are examples of each type. Gerunds with unexpressed subjects. Gerunds with unexpressed subjects. Gerunds with unexpressed subjects. Gerunds with expressed 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 subjects. In the first sentence, we have the subject, unexpressed subject. It's not here. Missing too many meetings makes a bad impression. Who's missing? Who missed too many meetings? We don't know. So the subject is not expressed here. It is an unexpressed subject. The second example, Larry's missing the meeting, got him into trouble. So who's missing? Larry's. So Larry is the expressed subject. We have the subject here. And as you can see, this is a possessive noun. A possessive noun. The subject here is a possessive noun. The unique feature of expressed subjects is that they must capitalize, be in the possessive form. To see how gerunds with expressed subjects are derived, we will use the same convention, the same tradition as we did in chapter 11. Remember chapter 11, the structure of adjective clauses, and put the underlying sentence in parentheses. Here is how we would convert the underlying sentence. We argued about, this is an example, and look between the brackets or the parentheses, Robert changed his deadline. So I can change this sentence into two ways, into two steps, into an actual gerund phrase. The first step is to change the tense verb changed here in the past, in this example, into an ing form. So step one, change the tense verb into ing form. So we write it like this. Step one, we argued about, and we go to the sentence between parentheses and make the tense verb ending with ing. Robert changing the deadline. We argued about Robert changing the deadline. This is the first step, changing the verb into ing verb or into ing form. If we are not preserving the subject of the gerund, we would delete Robert to produce the final sentence with the unexpressed subject. Like we argued about changing the deadline. Who's changing? We don't know. It's unexpressed subject. Sorry. This is how all the gerunds in this chapter have been produced up to now. All the subjects in the previous examples in this lesson were unexpressed subjects. Who is changing? No idea. It's deleted. It's unexpressed. When we preserve the subject from the sentence underlying the gerund, when the subject is retained or preserved, we do so by changing the subject noun phrase into a possessive noun phrase. In this example, we will change the subject noun Robert into the possessive noun Roberts. So it will be like this. This is step two. We argued about who's changing? Robert's changing the deadline. So the subject here is expressed. And an expressed subject, again, must be a possessive noun or pronoun. Possessive noun or pronoun. Here it's a possessive noun. We can say we argued about his changing. So I can use the possessive pronoun his. Right. The final form of the sentence is the following. We argued about Robert's changing the deadline. Here is a second example. This time with the entire gerund phrase playing the role of subject of the verb in the main sentence. In this example, the subject of the gerund is a pronoun. Let's see. The part between parentheses is we got badly lost. Where is the tense verb here? Got. This is the verb we need to change into the gerund form. So the first step is getting, or we getting badly lost caused us to miss the flight. Step two, we have we. We want to make it possessive. The possessive pronoun of we is our, or the possessive adjective of we is our. So it will be like this. Our getting badly lost, did what? Caused us to miss the flight. It's easy peasy. Let's go to exercise 13.4. Each will do the same. We need step one and step two. Each of the following sentences contain a sentence in parentheses. Reduce this sentence to a gerund phrase, but change the tense verb into the ing form, retaining the subject as a possessive and retain the subject. So all the subjects will be expressed subjects. Use the same two-step process illustrated above. Again, process step 1, make the tense verb ending with ing, and step 2, make the noun possessive. If we have a pronoun, use the possessive pronoun or possessive adjective. The first question is done as an example. Let's read it. The fans were worried about, between parentheses, we have the team lost its star player. So the tense verb here is lost. In the first step, we make lost losing. That's it. So the sentence will be like this. The fans were worried about the team losing its star player. Step 2, we make the subject, the team, possessive by adding apostrophe s, as you know. The fans were worried about the team's losing its star player. Now it's your turn. Take a couple of minutes. Do from 1 to 5.
مستر ممكن حضرتك تقول step 2 تاني؟
Step 2. If I have a noun like Daniel, make it possessive. Say Daniel's. Daniel lost his pen, for example. We all worried about, parentheses, Daniel lost his pen. Make lost losing and add an apostrophe s to Daniel. So we were worried about Daniel's losing the pen or his pen. Okay, Daniel? If we have a pronoun, make it possessive. Make it his, her, our, their, and so on.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Who can do number 1? If you want to participate, please put your hand up. Okay, Peter. Go ahead.
The bank approving the loan made it possible for us to go ahead.
So, what's step 1, Peter? Or you do step 1 and 2 together?
D1 اللي هو approving the loan. The bank approving the loan. Step 2,
Yes.
the banks
So we
approving the loan.
make the verb ing ending with ing, so the bank approving. Okay, and step 2?
The banks approving the loan.
That's it. Thank you. A piece of cake. Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
Number 2. Number 2, who's ready? Number 2. Abdurrahman, can you do number 2?
Yes, Mr.
Go ahead. Step 1.
Everyone resented he unfairly criticized the
school board.
The school board. هو أول step 1 ولا step أخليها criticizing?
Yes. Good, Abdurrahman, you were following up. So the first step is making the verb a gerund.
Thank you, Mr.
Criticizing. Step 2.
He is criticizing.
Step 2, he is.
He
or
is unfairly.
Hello, we have a noun or a pronoun here, Abdurrahman.
Oh, a noun, a pronoun. Sorry.
Make it possessive adjective. His. Make
Him.
it his. His.
His.
We said it must be possessive. If it's a noun, add
Okay,
a.
so
If it's a
everyone
pronoun,
resented
Hmm.
his unfairly criticizing the school board. Or not?
Yes, thank you. That's it. Step 2, we make he, his. Okay. So the answer to number 2 again is step 2. Everyone resented his unfairly criticizing the school board. Number 3, Danielle, go ahead.
Okay. We were delayed by the children's needing to take an afternoon nap.
So you did both steps in one step, right?
Yes, the first step
Okay.
is adding an ing needing
Yes.
to be a gerund, and the second step is adding the apostrophe s to children to
Yes.
be
Make it
children's.
a possessive noun. The children's at apostrophe s and needing. So the answer to number 3 again. Both steps we were delayed by the children's needing to take an afternoon nap. Number 4. Dahru, can you do it? Ahmed? Ahmed, are you following up? Ahmed, are you there? طيب. Does anyone want to answer, guys?
مستر بس حضرتك قول احمد مطر ولا احمد دحروج عشان نبقى.
No problem. If anyone wants to answer, please put your hand up. Okay, we have Myrna. Go ahead, Myrna.
The step 1, the defendant telling a convincing story.
Telling.
Step 2, the defendants telling a convincing.
Thank you. The defendants telling a convincing story persuaded the jury that he was innocent. So we add apostrophe s to the word defendant to make it the expressed subject of this verb, and we add ing to the verb tell to become telling. Okay, number 5. Who is ready? Number 5. Put your hand down, Myrna. Thank you. Number 5, guys. Nada, are you ready? Are you following up?
Yes.
Okay, can you do number
5? She was such a good listener. What? Her
Okay.
being?
Good. Very good. The tense verb here is was, verb to be. So when we try to make it a gerund, we add ing to the infinitive form, being, and we have she, we make it her. We make it her. Okay, let's go on. Who can do number 6? Who can do number 6? I can see Minna. Minna, can you do number 6?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Behaving with them behaving.
Okay. So again, can you read the whole sentence?
Try to ignore behaving so rudely. Step 1. Step 2, try to ignore them behaving so rudely.
Them.
Them.
Ending with M.
They're behaving.
There.
There.
Yes. The possessive adjective of they is there. Good. So number 6 again. Try to ignore their behaving so rudely. Their, T-H-E-I-R, behaving so rudely. Thank you, Minna. Number 7.
Mister, can I answer?
Who are you?
Jana.
Jana. So morning, Jana. Okay, go ahead. Number 7, Jana.
His winning?
Number he, okay, becomes his, and win becomes winning. Thank you. Okay, so the sentence will be the odds against his winning the election were pretty big. Those who objected to his winning were very or pretty big, or the odds were very big. Number 8. Number 8. Who's ready to do 8?
Sir, can I answer?
Who are you?
Can I answer?
I think this is Hanya's voice.
Hanya.
Am I right? Okay. Hanya, go ahead.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you and
The first.
Hanya, you were the only attendant in the last session. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All the class left and you stayed with me for about 14 minutes. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead.
You're welcome. Okay. So step 1 will be getting,
Getting.
and then it will be they're getting. So it will be the campers barely survived, they're getting lost in the woods.
Yeah, thank you very much. Number 9. Number 9. Who's ready? Muhammad Abul Farh, are you there? Are you following up, Muhammad?
Yes, miss.
Okay, can you do number 9? If you can't, no problem. So the idea, Muhammad, we have a sentence between parentheses, okay? We change the verb into the ing form, the gerund form. So became will become becoming, right?
Becoming, yes.
And I make I my. That's we make the subject. If we have a pronoun, make it possessive. I becomes my, he becomes his, we becomes our, and so on. If we have a noun like Muhammad, Muhammad became, make it possessive by adding apostrophe s. So it would be Muhammad becoming. I will be my becoming. This is the answer. So these are steps 1 and 2. Step 1 again, we make the verb ending with ing. Step 2, we make the pronoun possessive. If we have a noun, we make it possessive by adding apostrophe s. So step 2 will be my becoming sick nearly spoiled our
location.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Who can do number 10, guys? الناس الشباب اللي بتعمل صوت ربنا يبارك لكم يا رب ملوش لازمه. ملوش لازمه عشان ما اعملش ميوت لاول، واحنا ناس كبيره. مش عايز تسمع ما تحضرش.
مستر ابراهيم.
يس عبد الرحمن.
مستر هو ما اظنش ان اصلا في حد فتح المايك ولا حد بيعمل صوت، لان كلنا قافلين المايك. انا بتكلم بجد والله، مفيش حد بيعمل حاجه.
انا سامع صوت عبد الرحمن. Maybe I'm wrong. Thank you عبد الرحمن.
والله فعلا اقسم بالله مفيش حاجه.
والله خلاص. Thank you. Number 10. Who will do number 10? Omar, are you there? Omar, are you following up? Hi. Basant? Basant, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, can you do number 10?
Okay, just a second.
Take your time.
We all have to get used to our children growing up and leaving home.
So you read the original sentence, right?
Yes.
So the first step is making the verb gerund. Our children growing, right?
Yes.
The second step, make the noun possessive. Our children will become our children's apostrophe s. So
Yes.
the answer will be like this. We all have to get used to our children.
Our children's growing up and leaving home.
Leaving home, because we have the verbs here. So we change both verbs. Growing up to keep parallel, as you know, on growing up and leaving home. Thank you very much. I'll end the session now and see you after the break, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Mister.
Yes?
Yauta couldn't attend. She is in school taking term 1 exams.
No problem. I answered her. No problem. I'll end the meeting now, guys. See you after the break. Okay? Assalamu alaikum.